Hey guys, and thanks for joining me again. Well, at the moment, I'm madly saving for a trip to Japan in January for my birthday, and I'm saving up to buy a new guitar when I'm over there, so I'm not really buying any guitars or bits and pieces at the moment. So this week I thought I'd talk about two very special guitars, namely my J-45, which is behind me, and my Gibson J-50. First of all, I thought I'd talk about my J-45, and I bought this guitar new in 2003. And at that point, I was actually writing music for TV commercials and also documentaries, mainly electronic stuff. And on a project I was working on, I was working with another music writer who had a beautiful Taylor acoustic guitar. And I was incredibly enamored by it. And after I got paid for that job, I decided that I'd actually have a bit of a splurge and buy a new, nice acoustic guitar myself. Went to buy a Taylor, but none of them grabbed me. Pretty much played every acoustic guitar I could see in Melbourne. And I stumbled across a J-45, and I kind of liked it. And the shop assistant said to me there was another one in another store, and he said, you really should go and play that one. And I did. So it was kind of one of those Excalibur moments in the store, and the guitar really spoke to me, and I bought it on the spot. And it's been one of my really prized possessions since 2003. So one of my favourite things to do as a guitar collector is save up, and when I'm going travelling overseas is buy a guitar while I'm away. And in 2013 I was visiting America and mainly New York, and I thought because I love my J-45 so much, I thought I'd buy a vintage one while I was away. So loved guitar shopping in New York before all the midtown shops shut, and visited all those stores, Rudy's, all the other ones, went to New Jersey, went to Brooklyn, and pretty much played every old J-45 there was. And in Rivington Guitars, I actually played this J-50 and fell in love with it. And this is a 1957, and it's actually one of the ones with the adjustable bridge, but again, it really spoke to me. And I took it home with me, and I've been very happy with it ever since. So I thought now I'd talk about some of the things that I really like about my J-45 and the natural finish J-50. And one of the first things that comes to mind is the scale length, the 3/4 scale length. I'm 5'11", and I just find the length of the neck and scale of it just really comfortable to play. In fact, I find them the most comfortable guitar to play when I play live, something about it. Also the sloped shoulders. Now I've got a Dreadnought guitar, I've got my Hummingbird, and I've got the bigger J200, and sometimes, especially in a live situation, I just kind of find them to be a bit big and cumbersome, so I really like that. So I also really love the sound of the J45 and the J50. Obviously they sound a little bit different, but there's a kind of signature tone to these guitars, and it's kind of a bit thuddy, a bit earthy. And you know, there's actually probably prettier sounding guitars out there, but I think their reputation as being these kind of workhorse guitars. They're a no frills guitar. There's a real honesty to the sound of them. So one of the things I think worth discussing when you talk about J-45s and J-50s are these adjustable bridges. And for many guitar collectors and aficionados, they're actually seen as an inferior guitar. But you know, I played a lot of old vintage ones, and actually this was my favourite that I played while I was on my trip. And I'm very happy with it. I did investigate maybe changing the bridge over for a standard one, but when I took it to my guitar luthier, Brendan asked me why I wanted to do that. You know, didn't you like the tone when you bought it? And I said, no, I did. So he said, well, don't change it. You know, one of these days you might want to buy a pre-war Martin and your guitar's in original condition or have great resale values. So the penny really dropped for me for that. And I thought, you know, that's exactly right. Really what you've got to do when you're guitar shopping is just look for a guitar that really speaks to you. And if you've got the money, that's the one you should take with you. So if I was put to the test and actually had to pick one of these guitars to keep, I'd actually keep the J-45. As much as I love my J-50, that chunky 50s neck I find not quite as comfortable. It also needs a refret actually. The frets are pretty low on that, so it is a little harder to play. But it's the fact that I've owned this guitar for 14 years and just played it so much, and I feel like it's got my DNA in it. There's a big mark on the surface here where one night I was drunk and kicked it over, and it's just kind of got my scratches and my dints, and it's kind of got my mojo with it, and for that it's got my history and I really love it. So anyway, that's my thoughts on my J's, Gibsons. If you've got some thoughts on those guitars, please leave them in the comments section. I look forward to seeing you again on another video really soon.